This is duntov. So today I'm at the Athletics Ballpark site. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. Alright, so the first thing we noticed right off the bat is they got the big crawler crane up. You can see it right here on the east side of the property. So it's pretty tall. From this perspective, it looks taller even than the tower crane there. So pretty big. But there's a lot of stuff going on today. We can see all the different, well, the two big cranes, and then we got two smaller cranes back there. And then we got a few drill rigs coming around this side. We can see right now that they're using the smaller drill rig right here. So you can see how they do this one. They drill down and then they have this little excavator that loads the new pieces on there. Let's see what time we got here. So it's 11:20 right now. I think my car, when I got here, it says it was like 100 degrees, supposed to get to close to 110 today. But it's already warm up here on this parking deck. Alright, so if we look though, we got two big drill rigs back here now on this side. They're starting to drill up. Actually, since I was here last, you remember I was showing like all the markers, and we can see they already got them all drilled out down here, and they got the rebar in the ground. It seems like everything is moving a lot faster now over here. I know I posted it on my Instagram. They had the Nevada Ready Mix. They had one of the trucks that they painted the drum on the concrete truck. They painted it to look like, well, it had like the baseball stitching, and then it had the Athletics on one side and then A's logo on the other side of it. I do not see any of the trucks here now. I think they pour a lot of the concrete in the middle of the night or early morning just before all the heat comes out. But it was pretty cool. I'll put the pictures in this little segment so you can see what they look like. If you follow Mortison, I think it was it's either them or McCartney. One of them. They were the ones that posted it on Instagram. So, and then my Instagram is duntov67 on there, so check it out. All right, so we're busy drilling. Back behind here, I think they added another segment in. Let's see if we could see anything. We do got this in the way. I don't know if this is like a generator or what it is, but of course it's a little bit in the way. While we're waiting, I don't know if they're going to add a new piece in there, but we can look at this pile of material that they've been crushing to make it even finer. The pile that they're putting into the crusher is almost gone. You can see the loader back there loading it in right now. And then we have this other loader that was taking the crushed material. I don't know, you can see how it's falling onto the ground, so maybe he's just moving it around instead of, you know, piling it up, because they got to be able to drive around that pile. But it's almost all crushed over there. Alright, let's go back over. Let's see how they load this thing onto this drill rig. Very bright out here, so I can hardly see my viewfinder. It's almost black, so it's hard for me to pinpoint what I'm trying to look at. Looks like they got that piece hooked up. Alright, well, you get the idea. It's not that exciting. Alright, so you can see if we look down this way here. Right now they're not using either of these cranes. But since I was here last week, I think I was here on Monday last week, you can see a lot more rebar sticking up out of the ground, and then there's a lot more forms going in. Start, you know, pouring more concrete. And then if I pan over here, like right in front of the red tower crane, you can see a lot of the concrete that's already been poured back in there. There's a lot of people working in this area also. Okay, so you could, you know, say he's maybe almost 6 foot tall, so that shows you how much of that rebar is sticking out of that concrete still. right, I'm gonna move on down a little bit. We're gonna try to get a closer look down by where these big cranes are now. You get a better view of the drilling over here. Just trying to figure out, maybe each one of them pieces might be 8 foot, 10 foot. Okay, so from here I'm gonna, alright, you can see the Sphinx at the Luxor. Then if we look straight underneath it, you can see that they got some kind of like big, right there, these pieces of some kind of forms, I'm assuming. You can see how big they are. There's this one here with, we're looking in the edge of it, and then we also have over here where they're, you know, we're seeing the flat side of it. Those are getting pretty tall. You know, maybe that's going to be the height of the first level. Not sure, but we'll see. Alright, well, we actually got this, the tower crane, you can see it is picking something up right now. Looks like they're taking it out of the construction area. So that might be some of the forms that they're done using for now, maybe moving them out. Because I'm assuming that's what all of these workers are doing right now, is taking all the, looks like they're taking the forms off of the concrete there. If we look at the, you can see the water truck thing there, so they're gonna, looks like they're gonna lower it back behind that. Alright, so if we look though down inside where all the crew is, you can see all the exposed concrete now. And then if we look, you can see these big ones here, how they haven't taken them out yet. But that's a lot of concrete in there. They should be the same as these ones all over here. So this is the only drill rig that's I see working right now. So these big ones, they must use them more at night. All right, but I want to look now. I just noticed something here. So if you remember last time I was out here in this area, I was showing something that I said kind of looked like a smaller tower crane base. And we can see here that it's gone right now. The reason I just brought that up because I saw this one over here way out in the outfield there where they moved it over here. So I'm not sure what it is. Someone did say that it might be like a concrete, like the concrete pump, you know, that they could elevate up. So we can see right here that they moved it back here. So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but whatever it is, they moved it from this east side, moved it to that north end over there. Alright, but if we look, they are putting a lot more, we got a lot of rebar going in down in this. So this would be like the southeast, even though it's not going to be square, we're going to say southeast corner. We can see this flatbed trailer with a bunch of rebar on it, but then we got all these cages that are put over here. Now, I don't know if that's something that's set up or if they're pieces waiting to be taken out. To me, it looks more like it's just set up there, like they're gonna pour something right around all of that, but kind of looks like it. We can see those lines. If you remember, I was talking about them, the blue and white lines that were on the other side. A lot of people think they were cooling lines, and then some people said maybe the tension cables. We can see they have them all set up in there, so this is probably going to be some big piece that they're going to pour concrete on. And then right above that, we got a bunch of the crew putting more rebar together over here. So this thing's gonna start coming out of the ground really quick. You know, they're getting all these in, but now since they have that first part in, you know, they can start building up from there. All right, I was surprised to see the crawler crane today. So the last I did get a comment, and they said the crawler crane, once they get the center fill cleared out, that will move in there and that'll help lift the still in the middle of the, you know, in the middle of the stadium. So, but for now, I guess, you know, they might as well use it to lift all this stuff into place all the way around, I'm assuming. See how they're cleaning up the concrete out from between these pieces of rebar. Since we're over on this other end here, let's check out home plate. Looks like I can still see it here. If we look in, we got this orange excavator over here, and every so often it'll give us a glimpse. You can see the bucket, see the water, then we can see right there home plate. I don't know if they put that tripod over it just to protect it, or if that's some kind of surveying equipment. I'm not positive. It's getting hot out here. Again, I commend everyone working on site. I don't know how you do it. It's so hot out here, and just wearing all your protective gear and, you know, and sun protection. It's like, I'm just wearing, I got jeans on and a polo and I'm burning up. I don't know how you do it all day long. But hopefully not too much longer of this crazy heat. Alright, so the tower crane there, they're offloading a lot of stuff. He just swung around, brought another load. So it appears like they're bringing all the forms that they're taking off. Alright, let's take a look down towards the where they make the rebar cages down this way. I still see a few people. I know I talked to a couple of the guys a few weeks ago, and it seemed like they work until about 12 o'clock, so they should be almost done here. We can see all the steel, all the cages that they made already. So we got them there, but then down inside this lower level, it looks like there's another crew that's prepping some more stuff. Maybe it's not the full cages, but you know, whatever they're building over here. You can see right there. Kind of looks like they're doing more of the like rectangular pieces, like they are putting in down this way. I'm not sure if that's what they're making, but you can see these ones that are laying along the ground. Been a lot of trucks coming in and out, so they're getting loaded up with some kind of dirt. You can see them driving in the back there. And they're loading them up back on the other side of this pile of material, back along Las Vegas Boulevard there. Alright, you can see that loader is cleaning the chunks out, but they're loading up all these side dumps and dump trucks back there and getting the stuff out. So I like watching this drill rig. Once he starts pumping, you can see all the way the water and dirt's all coming out. I'm not sure. So this person standing over here, are they the ones that control that? It looks like he's holding some kind of controller. Anyone that knows how this rig works, let us know. Alright, but there's a lot going on today. We got, you know, crews all working, getting rebar in, cleaning up the rebar, getting it ready. Then they're tearing out all the forms on that original pour area. And then over here to this north end, you know, they got the lot of equipment moving around, getting this dirt and stuff out, getting that finished up, and then drilling and pouring. Moving really quick. So if you aren't subscribed and you would like to keep getting updates about this build, please subscribe to my channel, Raiders1967. I try to get out here at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And then I also am showing the build, the transformation build of the Mirage getting turned into the Hard Rock. So that one, they are, you know, going to remodel the original Mirage building, and then they're building the new guitar tower out front along Las Vegas Boulevard. So appreciate a follow. Anything in the video you like, if you give a thumbs up, that helps the channel get a little more exposure. Leave me comments. I love the comments. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I will talk with you guys next time.